Kingdom Holding is not new at all to the internet and the technology arena. We are the first to be invested in Apple Computer. We invested that Apple was below $9. We were the first to invest in Amazon and eBay. We clearly believe we did not come at the early stage, but clearly we don't believe we came at the plateau stage. We came where we believe this company's viability and continuity and resilience will be there in the coming decades to come. And that's why we propose to be an investor there.
Some were very surprised because it was an instrument, as you know, during the Arab Spring, that an investor from Saudi Arabia would take that move and invest in a product that was used during the Arab Spring. What's the message here of that investment?
This was really a pure investment, a pure financial investment with economical objectives. Clearly, for someone to come and say this investment was politically oriented and politically directed is really just it's a nice talk to hear about and fun. Really, politics has no ingredients whatsoever in that investment. This is a pure economical financial investments with expected huge returns to our company, Kingdom Holding.
Do you feel comfortable with Apple after Steve Jobs and his tragic passing? Will it remain as innovative in the future as it was in the last decade?
Well, as you know, Apple began facing competition even during the lifetime of Steve Jobs. And I believe that Steve Jobs' genius really is by establishing a company who could really outlive him and continue with his path. And we have the early indications are the new management that took over after Steve Jobs are implementing and executing pretty well. I hope that this will continue, but judgment is still out, and we have to see how the coming months and years will play for Apple and to remain as being the most competitive company in the world with all its iPod, iPhone, iPad, etc.
You came out and supported, in fact, Rupert Murdoch during the kind of the upheaval or the media storm around News Corp in the past year. But is it time to be less of a family operation and more of a publicly traded company with the makeup of the board, the passage of information, and governance for News Corp, in your view?
Just because Rupert Murdoch has the Murdoch name and James Murdoch has the Murdoch name and they are managing process, we should not be against them because really doing a good job, frankly speaking. I know James Murdoch really, he's my partner in Rotana, and he's doing excellent job. And not only Rotana, but also News Corp.
But you would suggest that was overdue to spread out the information, spread out the board, spread out governance away from the family holding?
No, look, News Corp has a board of directors, it's functioning board of directors.
Some say it doesn't function that well, actually, to be fair.
Well, look, whenever you have a dominant person that established the company, it's inevitable. Let's be honest about you. Some people talk about my company like that. To be honest with you, I'll have to transfer that in Saudi Arabia because I established the company Kingdom Holding because I'm very much involved in the day-to-day process. They believe that I'm so dominant. That's not the case. We have board of directors, we have investment committee. No decision is taken until they have this consensus. That's really, I don't believe in that at all.
The final thing I wanted to talk to you about is your new news channel, which is going to launch by the end of 2012, Al Arab. You've chosen to go into Bahrain, which has had its own challenges with the Arab Spring on the eastern flank of Saudi Arabia.
I see that one of the channels really is very much the masses channel, which is Al Jazeera. And one of them, and the other one is Al Arabi, which is very much the government channel. Although right now with the revolutions, they had to really move a bit to the center. I believe there's an opening for a more pragmatic and logical channel that really takes the center's point of view, really. We're doing it because Bahrain is the place that has a lot of good people, smart people, educated people that could fit very well in our new news channel that we're broadcasting 24 hours and competing with the two main channels we have right now in the Middle East.